so I'm 73 years old. Is that too old to still go bike packing? No way! It's 2026 and I'm still ready to go out and have the time of my life. I'm going to finish what I started last year, the Erie Canal Trail in the state of New York. Let's take a look at the setup I'm going to use this year. So it's the middle of April and I'm prepping for my upcoming bike packing season. So let's face it, I'm no spring chicken, I'm 73 years old. And it's been my goal to have the lightest bike packing setup as possible. So I'm going to complete my Erie Canal Trail ride this year, and I'm going to start in Jordan, New York, where I finished off last year after my accident, and I'm going to go to Albany. It's probably about 150 miles, I think maybe a little less, but I'm looking forward to it. I want to talk a little bit about my ultralight camping setup and also about my bike setup. However, when I started bike packing, I chose the lightest equipment that I could afford. It was expensive, but I was still working back then in 2019. The first thing that I chose was my tent. I wanted the biggest tent possible that was ultralight. So Z-Pack's Triplex is the one I chose. It packs down to about 20 ounces. That sounded good to me at the time, and it's really big inside. Triplex means it's for 3 people. However, 2 people comfortably, 1 person, and all of your pannier bags and everything else of value you can keep inside the tent at night. And I've got a lot of use out of that tent. It's never let me down. It holds up in strong winds, and also I've never gotten wet inside. It's nothing but top quality, and it's built down in Melbourne, Florida, down where my kids live. And as far as a sleeping pad goes, I picked this one from Sea to Summit, and it's ultra wide for 1 person. It's very comfortable, and you don't feel like your arms are resting on the floor of your tent while you're sleeping. I really like it. No leaks yet after many years of use. And as far as a sleeping quilt goes, I chose the Enlightened Equipment Revelation Sleeping Quilt. It is ultra lightweight, packs down nice and small, and it's very comfortable on those chilly nights. As far as cooking equipment goes, I've chosen an ultralight setup with only 1 cup that I use to make coffee in the morning. And for the most part on this trip, I'm not going to be very far from restaurants or convenience stores. So cooking really isn't an issue for me. What is an issue is keeping things as light as possible. So I want to talk about one of my favorite little options that I carry with me. It's the Sea to Summit backpack. Yes, my friends, it is a backpack, and it folds down into this really cool little stuff sack. So it expands quite nicely, and you can use it as a real backpack if you want to go into a store, pick up a sandwich, some drinks, and some Snickers bars, or whatever else you want to do. So very easily, it goes from that little pack to this. It has a zipper closure, and it also has 2 little straps so you can sling it over your shoulder and use it as a real backpack. I've used this thing many times, and I'll continue to use it. It's about 6 years old and it's still holding up. I think it cost me about 39 bucks. So when I considered doing this bike packing trip, I had to think of my age. At 73, completing this bike packing trip that I started last year, I had to think about my age. Will I take my Jamis or will I take my Priority? Well, you know, the Jamis being a carbon frame bike, and it's the one that I took from Florida to Maine, it only weighs about 18 pounds. And the Priority weighs about 37 pounds. So which one am I going to take? Well, in consideration of the trail that I'm going to be on, I believe it's about 150 miles with about 500 feet of climbing. So the weight of the bike isn't really going to be an issue on this trip. And frankly, I like the Priority a lot better. It doesn't have a chain to have to worry about. It has that belt drive, which is proven to be very reliable, although I do bring an extra belt with me just in case, because the belt that's on it is approaching 10,000 miles, and it's recommended that you change it around 10,000 miles, so we'll see what happens. If it were to snap on the trip, I've got the tools to replace the belt. So take a look at the setup that I'm going to bring with me. As I've said, I'm bringing that Priority 600X, and it is the perfect bike packing bike. I've mounted what I feel is the best seat in the world, and that is the Infinity bike seat. It's great for all-day comfort on long rides, so for my use, it can't be beat. And as you may have seen from one of my past videos, I put a dropper post on this bike, and it's not for lowering the seat when you go down steep inclines on a trip like this. It's for lowering the seat when you want to come to a stop and take a drink of water, look at your phone, look around at the scenery, whatever you want to do, or just take a short rest. You don't even need to get off of your bike. You just lower the seat, and then when you're ready to go, you just hit the button on the handlebars and the seat pops back up into the riding position and you're ready to go. But just like last year, the dropper post has some considerations. One is I can't use my long Ortlieb seat pack anymore because the way it's mounted, if you try to lower the seat, it's not going to lower because the seat pack is mounted to the seat post and there'd be some interference there. Instead, I'm using the Ortlieb rack pack. It's totally waterproof and it holds a lot of stuff. I put my tent in it, my sleeping pad, camera equipment, and it's great. I love it. I'm still using my gravel pack panniers in the back. They're a smaller option than the full-size Ortlieb panniers, but I found that they are just big enough to fit everything that I would possibly need. I also bring an inexpensive seat cover with me. It's waterproof and it protects my bike seat, not if it rains, but when it rains. I've also opted for the Green Guru frame bag. Even though they say it's waterproof, it's not. So I'm able to put things that won't get damaged with a little bit of moisture, like my air pump, my tubeless tire fluid, my spare drive belt, and all the tools that I may need on the road, but I don't need quick access to. And I keep my tire repair kit in there for when I need to plug the tire, refill it with more tubeless fluid, and pump it back up. And I have this small top tube bag that sits underneath where my seat is, and I put the most used tools in there, so I'll have quick access to them. Moving forward on the top tube, I have the Ortlieb top tube bag. It's absolutely wonderful. I've tried all kinds, and this one works the best for me. It has magnetic closures, so easy access, and in there I keep an Anchor battery and a cable that is strung from the top tube bag up to my phone that I keep mounted on my handlebars. So it keeps my phone charged all day. I also keep some snacks in there and anything I want quick access to while I'm riding along. I've installed 2 Revelet design pouches on my handlebars. One I use to keep my camera in, and the other I can use for whatever I want. Sometimes I'll put a water bottle in it so I'll have quick access to that instead of reaching back and pulling the water bottle out of the cage that I have mounted behind me. Now, hanging off the front of the rack, I have an Ortlieb roll where I keep my sleeping quilt and also my tent poles, and it keeps them dry at all times because Ortlieb, you can't beat their product. They're waterproof and they last for many, many years. And on top of that, I have mounted an Ortlieb day pack, which is really nice because that's where I can keep all the personal items that I may want to take with me into a store or whatever. It disconnects really quickly, and it also has a shoulder strap with it. So it's very efficient. As you can see here, I have a front headlight and also a tail light, but the front headlight is very important. Even on a rail trail or the Erie Canal Trail. If you have people coming toward you, they may not see you engrossed in a conversation. It happened to me once, and I almost had a head-on collision. So I keep that blinky light on all the time. And here's my Insta360 Ace Pro camera that I have mounted on the handlebars so that I can capture the forward movement when I'm going down the trail. I use a Coros Dura bike computer, which has a very efficient solar panel in it. They claim 120 hours of use, and I've proven out that it stays charged for a very long time. Just yesterday, Jan and I went out for a ride, and in an hour, it only used less than 5% of the battery. So it's really the best bike computer that I've ever owned, and I really like it. Another addition to my bike packing setup that I made last year are the Ortlieb front fork packs. I've only got one mounted here today just to show you what it is, and it really looks exactly like a rear pannier, but being small, and I would have one on each side of the fork, I can keep my Cliff Bars in there, extra snacks, and all kinds of things. And they have a lever on them that you just click and they come off the pack very easily. And you can see the mounting bracket that comes along with these. The back of this little pannier has a mounting bracket on it that goes right into that fork rather easily. And on top you can see this little lever that keeps it locked in place. So that's it for my setup for the Erie Canal Trail, and I'm really looking forward to it. What are you doing this year? Are you going on any bike packing trips? Let me know. I'm always interested in finding out. So that's all for now, and as always, take care of yourself and get out there and do something. And once again, happy pedaling. Very peaceful.